We're live.
We are live from that big city of Port Huron.
Big city in the sky.
Oh, there it is. 5 o'clock live.
Mine didn't go live.
It took a minute to come in. Hey, good morning, AZ.
Mine comes in and says video unavailable.
You might have to refresh. Just exit out of YouTube and go back into it. What's up, Edward?
See there?
Oh,
And Edward's there and Dustin. Good morning.
Okay, let me get you guys in as co-hosts.
so watch this. So he was talking about the reporter asked him if they had video evidence of what happened with that kid today. This was his response.
This investigation could have been solved by Helen Keller without any video. We had a police officer right there that saw it all. We had backup officers that saw it all.
He said Helen Keller could have solved it without any video
That
evidence.
was funny.
What's up, Dustin? What's up, Dominic? Oh yeah, if none of you guys realize what was going on, some jackass 13-year-old down in Florida shot at a cop and learned the hard way.
Hey, Dominic. Yeah. Oh, she finally wants in. Peter came in, but not Tracy. That's what I wanted to do. Then what? Right there.
Looks like Dominic's up late. Ah, but it's Queensland.
Hey, Dominic. Dustin.
It is 11 p.m.
Ed Hessick.
Let me see, David. I don't know.
Ed Dustin says, what the hell? What the heck is matter with kids today?
Yeah, well, he was also from Haiti too, Dustin.
He's a Haitian.
Yeah, the whole family was. Let's see. I call. Look how Wedge Big sent me a picture. Said I called AutoZone to order a case of tranny fluid, and this is what I got, and it's a case of Bud Light.
Randy.
Yes.
Paul, that's a good one. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Oh, congratulations, David. It's awesome. Like David's gonna be a grandpa.
Oh, really? All right. Congratulations, Dave.
But Dave?
Awesome. Yeah. No, AZ.
Oh, yeah, David.
Yeah, David.
Well, there's like 5 Davids, so we gotta specify here.
Now
Papa
we'll have to
Dave.
come up with a nickname for him. Papa
One
or
of,
something.
one of them's gonna be like, wait, I'm having a kid? What?
Yeah.
No.
Hey, good morning, labeled disabled.
What is up, Welsh Rob?
That who that is?
Yeah, he changed his name.
Oh,
Somebody called him that the other day and he thought it was funny.
yeah.
Or
Oh,
just call
yeah.
AZ AZ.
Yeah, okay, I just went to it, yeah.
What's up,
Okay.
JD? Hopefully around Christmas. Oh, that's like a perfect time too, David. It's awesome, dude.
Nothing there on my phone, dummies.
I bet you David's gonna spoil the hell out of that kid. I can already tell you that right now. Did you hear the good news, Dominic?
What's happening?
AZ's gonna be a grandpa around Christmas time.
Yeah,
Good news.
little
news.
Christmas baby. Well, you know, people I know that have been born around Christmas time, they grow up, they're a little bit pissed about it because
Yeah,
it's
I know someone that's actually born on Christmas Day.
Oh yeah, 'cause Sarah's birthday is January 4th, so it's right after New Year's and Christmas.
Yeah,
Not
but
too
it's
long.
not Christmas Day. You only get one
Oh,
set of
no.
presents.
Yeah, I always felt bad for the people that had a birthday between like November the 15th and probably January the 15th, because that's the big holiday season, you know?
Oh, okay.
What's up, Bill? David said if it's a girl, I will spoil her, but if it's a boy, my wife will.
Hey, David, do you have any other grandchildren right now, David, or no?
I can
He's
already
just a
see
fool.
David 3D printing the crib out right now.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
He's already got that crib 3D printing.
Hey, good morning, Bill. Bill from Newfound Home Production. Good morning.
Yes, Bill.
Morning,
morning.
Bill.
Even though it's evening here, but good morning.
Just don't 3D print a car seat. I don't know if I'd trust that. Just saying.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. If anybody tried that yet.
Hey,
I don't know if I would trust that.
is Florida real strict with texting and driving?
Yeah.
Because Michigan's just gonna pass a law now that you cannot have a cell phone in your hand while you're operating a vehicle.
Yeah,
That's pretty
same here.
common, or that's pretty standard in a lot of states now.
Well, it's standard here. It must be in a cradle.
Here it
There's-
comes labeled with disabled Welsh Rob.
There's some places here in Florida that they use a bus to catch people, Paul. So what they do
Really?
is they have a school bus that's all marked up like it's part of the school district. And they have little viewing windows on the side of the bus that they can see down in the
Well-
cars.
Sure.
We've got sensors on traffic lights here.
They pull up next to the cars of traffic lights and going down the road and they look down and there'll be like 2 or 3 cops in the bus. And they'll walk up and down and they'll look down in little viewing windows. If they see you on the playing on your phone, then they have cops already stationed in certain areas.
Hmm.
And then they give your license plate and everything, and then they find you on the highway and pull you over.
Well, the state
Yeah.
police is testing having remote control video cameras in their car, you know, on the upper on the side, and they can tilt it up and down, pan it or whatever.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
we've
they
got
can-
them
so
on.
that they
We've
can
got them
look
on
in
traffic
vehicles.
lights.
What's that?
We've got them on the top of traffic lights.
Yeah.
The little thing that looks.
I always wanted to know how, because I've actually drove down the road tons of times and like looked in oncoming traffic just to see if I could see, like, can I tell if somebody's seatbelt's actually on by driving by them? And I don't know how cops apparently see this shit because
They've obviously got some sort of technology that be able to work through the
Because
windshield.
visually looking through most people's windshields all different times of the day, there's a lot of times where you can't even see clearly in their windshield. So how the fuck these cops pull you over and say you're not wearing a seatbelt? They gotta be either full of crap or they got some camera on their car that can see right through everything. I don't know. Cause like I've actually tested it before, like just to see, I'm like, how the hell do these cops see through these windows? And I could never tell, so.
Little Amalora. She says, Dominic, go to bed.
Well, the reason why I'm up now is because I'm not going to get much of a chance tomorrow morning. So I thought I'd, get on and catch up with the news and see what's happening.
Okay.
Any more information on your smart controller? Were you able to find any more info on that?
Well, I'm sending it. I've got it boxed up, ready to go. I got to go to the post office today because I used to be able to just go online and print the label and give it to the carrier and they take it.
Yeah.
And they've complicated the website so much that I put in, I spent 2 hours last night putting the information in over and over and over again. And it wouldn't, it kept saying that I couldn't pay for it online. So what the heck,
Interesting comment, David.
But yeah, you said. And
Yeah, I'm sending it to David. David's gonna play with it. See if he can't get it to work. And of course, my new best buddy, Joe, ordered me a smart controller to be shipped to me, and I'll have it Monday.
Oh, wow.
I didn't expect that, but I'm grateful. I'm 100%.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, well, JD, I've got to catch up on the news. I need to know what's going on.
don't mind him, he's salty.
Yeah.
JD is like biting into a lemon.
Yeah.
He's just a salty little guy. I don't mind him.
Yeah. It's only 11 p.m. here. Most nights I'm usually tired by this time, but tonight I'm not. Maybe it's because we had a nice sunny day today, and it was like, solar panel charging.
I can't imagine I never had any kids that I know of, but I never had any kids. So I've never been an official grandpa. I've had a lot of kids call me Papa and stuff like that, but
you've just been labeled that.
Yeah. Which is at this age now, that's fine with me, because I can't go back and change anything. And right now, knowing the way that my life is turning out, it's just as well I'm not,
What the hell's Laura? I can't stop as David just had bloods. What?
Yeah, they're having a blood test. I think she's
they couldn't get much blood out of him.
Yeah.
It's because he never leaves the house. He's like a fucking vampire.
I have that problem too.
Oh, it's just a
Very
point
hard
of
for
them
to
not.
get blood out of me.
It's you got those veins that are hard for them to find.
Yeah.
It's not that you have a lack of blood. It's just you're a pain in the ass.
Very hard. Yeah, I become
when they do my blood, they have to take it out of the veins of the back of my hand. They can't get it out of my arm.
Oh, I was a pincushion a couple of weeks back when they needed to take blood. I think it was 5 or 6. They tried 5 or 6 times.
Next time, Laura, put blood test.
I don't know if you can see it or not, but see the veins in my hand?
Yeah.
Everybody's pop up like that.
That's where they get it. They do this a couple times, they head for the hand.
Yeah, they actually had to get an ultrasound.
Yeah.
Out to check where the veins were.
That happens to me all the time.
They said it's good. they said it's good I've got deep veins because it'd be very hard to become an intravenous drug user. So they said it's a positive thing.
Well, I guess whatever they want to put a spin on it. Rob,
Yeah.
you've got the same problem, right?
Yeah, they normally got to go in through my feet.
Go through your feet. Wow.
Yeah, to find veins.
They just can't put a tap in, so just have it in there permanently, just open it up, okay, there's some. Shut it
The
up.
problem is that they collapse and your veins after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to wait about half an hour because the veins had collapsed. For me. Yep.
Yeah, that does help, Edward. But they still can't get it out of my arms or anything like that. They normally got to
Yeah,
go
but-
through my feet.
But the cause and effect of that, the trouble was I drank a lot of water. That meant I was going to the toilet for the next
Yeah,
3 or 4 hours every 5 minutes.
I've had them as well, going through my finger as well before now.
Actually, they had to They actually went to my toe.
Yeah, I don't mind the toes and the feet.
They did it
Finger
between
was
the
the
big
sore one.
foot. Yeah, from the big toe and the next toe.
Oh.
They actually got some out of there.
Well,
But it was
obviously,
a
Rob, you
mess.
can't feel it.
Hey, Justin, remember how we
What?
were screwing around with my tablet and
Yeah,
uh,
did it do the,
Yeah, I
it
see.
did the update?
it did the update, and then it came back to this screen,
Yeah.
and I can't turn it off. I can't turn it on.
No, leave it, leave it. It's just taking forever to do the update.
Yeah. You just leave it there.
It will turn itself back on. It's gonna turn itself off and on a couple
Yeah, my
times.
eardrums bleed as well.
They have to take blood from my eardrums. What?
Well,
Well,
all rush it to your head or what?
Well, that makes
What's up,
sense
John?
with JD, doesn't it? He's a little headstrong.
Hey, Mr. J.
Yeah, Edward, that's what they used to tell you to do before you'd go donate plasma all the time. They'd say,
Mm.
drink lots of water. And don't ever smoke a cigarette before you go in there to give plasma, because that'll jump your heart rate and everything right up.
Yeah, I guess you're right, Dustin, because Justin, it's because it's now it's continuing optimizing apps now.
Yeah, just leave it. It'll take a minute.
Hmm.
It's that Knox shit that runs Android. It
Hmm.
has to re-optimize the apps after the updates. Like it does that too when you restart phones, tablets.
Hmm. Yeah, that's Android for you.
Mika Steve just messaged me and said, good morning, all to you.
Oh,
Why
okay.
didn't he just say that in the chat?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Good morning.
Well, good morning, Maker Steve, then.
John said, "Oh, your JD, your ears bleeding. He's singing karaoke again."
Yeah. Especially when especially when you sing the Titanic theme.
JD said, "Sorry, I thought we were all out doing each other." I'm assuming if they're having trouble, you just give a good punch in the nose to somebody, get all the blood you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah, exactly.
Stick the vial right up to your nose.
Yeah,
Mm.
doctor comes in, goes wham, right in your nose here, put the
Mm.
bottle there and grabs it all, yeah.
I hate needles.
Oh,
I
they
don't mind when
bother
they
me.
do like IVs because if you get the right person, you won't even fill them. Like I've
Yeah,
had people,
I've had so many needles in me.
but I hate when they stick it like right in the muscle of your arm,
Hmm.
like the up by your shoulder, you know? Shit like that, because some of that medicine hurts when it goes in. It feels like somebody punched you in the fucking arm.
Yeah, because I had to have one in my
Oh, hate that.
thigh because they said it'll get into the bloodstream quicker. So they stabbed me in the thigh with it.
I had to get a couple steroid shots in the ass a couple times, right in the ass cheek.
Oh, no, that's,
I remember when I was 8 years old, I had non-paralytic polio. And so I was in the hospital. And they used to come in and do a spinal tap every day. Talk
Spinal
about
tap.
pain. They tell you, curl up like a ball and they'd stick that needle right in your back.
yep.
That's where they take spinal fluid out, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Of course, I'm type 1 diabetic and so I inject the minimum of 5 times a day.
Yeah, yeah, my brother's diabetic and he does pretty much the
every
same
day.
thing.
You just
I
got
just-
up. If you just got up and got on the treadmill, you wouldn't have that problem.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was, Mr. KRC. It was, John.
I need to get a ramp to get my wheelchair up onto the treadmill.
Not even doing anything, he's just sitting there.
Yeah. Just, just
You
with my
know.
arm on the forward button.
Dom was at a Viagra shot.
I've had shingles twice. Not a fun thing.
Tim had it once before too. He was talking about that not too long ago. He's
I had it in 2004, early 2004 and late 2006. Just trying to
I thought-
remember.
I didn't know you could keep catching it. I thought it was kind of like chicken pox where you just catch it the one time and
Well, they were slightly different variants, which was strange.
okay, I didn't know that.
Because I said I had chicken pox.
You
So I had
have
chicken pox.
well,
But
yeah, if you
obviously got a different version of it.
yeah,
'Cause
if you
I've had
had chicken,
pox.
if you get chicken pox, it makes you vulnerable to get catching shingles.
Yeah.
Did you ever get a vaccination for it after that?
Yeah.
Because that's something you have to worry about when you get around your 50s, right? Isn't it? Are you?
Yeah,
Because you're
I
more
got it when
vulnerable.
I was 38.
Oh wow.
Uh-oh. Isn't that your next birthday?
No, I thought that was something that you're more vulnerable the older you get.
Yeah, shingles is. But maybe I just, wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, true. Because most everybody I've known that ever got it was always, they were in their 50s.
Mm,
Most of the time, most of the people I knew that ever got it.
thankfully. I've gotten everything else recently.
I heard shit on his shingles is way worse.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's what Tim mistaken his shingles outbreak for.
yeah,
Crappy tasting food.
exactly.
Yeah,
Although
like,
he wouldn't eat it anyway, John. He would have just made it and stared at it and dumped it in the trash after 20 minutes.
Exactly, yeah. I actually looked up the recipe for that shit on a shingle.
It's
And
not.
wasn't able to find the exact type of meat. So I thought, I can't be bothered then. It's not going to be authentic. Mm,
I can't remember if any of my kids have had pox. I don't remember. Can't remember if any of them have ever gotten it. Yeah, none of my kids have ever had it. Well, I had it too when I was a kid, but yeah, you think they would have shingles and chickenpox kind of wiped out like they did a lot of
oh,
other
definitely.
viruses back in the day. I mean, it's probably a lot less nowadays than it used to be back in the day, but like, like polio and all that,
Yeah, they got rid of polio. But the trouble is, we have the anti-vaxxer people And with them, because they're not vaccinating against certain things, they might come back, and that could be a tragedy. All
Well,
the
I mean,
hard
it
work
would
we
be
did.
within the group of anti-vaxxers, it would be. But
Yeah, oh,
anybody that's getting the proper vaccinations at the proper ages.
yeah,
so
I know that. I'm just saying there are those people out there.
Oh yeah,
those
because there's some that don't get any vaccinations. There was
Yeah.
actually a big lawsuit, I think, in Texas a few years back where a bunch of homeschooled parents were
Yeah,
suing the state saying they shouldn't have to vaccinate their
Good
kids and
damn.
all this other shit. I mean, I don't mind vaccinations as long as they've had some time to be studied and you
Yes.
can see what the long-term effects are and stuff. But
Oh, yeah.
that
I'm
was the
not
only reason I was
pro-vaccine, I'm not anti-vaccine. So I'm sitting in the middle on that one.
like, the only reason I was against the whole COVID one is because it just was rushed so quickly.
Yes.
And then I felt like people should have the choice to test it if they wanted to take that
That's why
risk.
I waited to the very last minute.
Like that, people have had that choice to make that risky decision for themselves. Because there were some people out there that did have nasty side effects from that.
Oh, obviously,
it
but you're
just
going to have
wasn't
side effects from any medication.
It just wasn't really reported on, because they didn't want that getting out.
Hmm.
It was all success story type things that they were reporting on, but anything negative about the vaccine, they weren't letting anybody talk about or
Yeah.
report on. Because like my kids, they have all their vaccines except for the COVID
Mm.
one. That was the only one I didn't allow them to get. But Florida said it was up to the parents.
Mm.
And that was only because I didn't want my kids, I just didn't trust that it was going to be 100% or
But
what
at
the
the
long
same,
term.
I don't know about where you are, but here it wasn't prevalent in children.
Like a lot of kids caught it here, but they were least likely. Like my son supposedly had it. They did the not the rapid test, but they did the more real thorough test at the hospital.
Yeah.
And
What
he
they call
showed
it. I don't remember what they
he
call
was
them.
100% positive, but he was asymptomatic and never showed a single symptom. The only one in my house that caught it was Sarah, and she was the only one that got the vaccine.
Oh, that's
And
coincidence.
none of that, like my son, like I said, he supposedly had it. I guess there's no way for me to say definitively he didn't have it, but he just never showed a single symptom the whole 2 weeks he was in quarantine. You'd have never
Yeah.
thought he had it. I was
Yeah.
in the bed
And
with
you've
Sarah.
also you also had what's called RSV, which is a cousin of COVID. I got that.
And then I was
So-
in around him. I was around Sarah days before she got diagnosed, which was
Yeah.
the most contagious period. I never got it. None of the kids ever got it. None of
Yeah,
the
'cause
other
I
two
had-
kids.
December of 2021, I had all the symptoms, did a test, it was negative. There was nothing there. But I ended up going to the hospital because I was coughing and wheezing. And they said, oh no, it's just RSV.
Well, the problem was too, is everybody was freaking out. Some people just had normal colds and they were,
Yeah.
oh shit,
yeah,
I got COVID, I'm gonna die.
yeah.
It's like,
Well,
you know,
I had pleurisy, which is a mild form of pneumonia. And they're all, all kind of related because they're all respiratory things. But no, it wasn't COVID because they tested me and they said, no, it's not.
and then I
'Cause
remember,
I had to have a test when I went to the hospital.
I remember going into the store during the height of COVID and you just get a little itch in your throat and you'd cough for a second, everybody looking at you.
Everybody
like,
looked
"The
at you. Yeah.
fuck?" Yeah, like you were some fucking disease or something.
Yeah.
Like I just had a slight, because you almost felt weird like coughing or sneezing in public because people would freak
Yeah, I
the fuck
know.
out.
Yeah, I know. Especially, you're sitting on public transport or you're in the supermarket, you've got a mask on and you're sneezing, people look at you.
Yeah, I think you're
And,
infected.
I could have farted and no one would have noticed. No one would have looked. But if I sneezed, they're looking at me as though I was on a leper. Oh. These people, I'll tell you.
Yeah, like I said, I never showed any symptoms of anything the whole time. I got a cold one time during like the height of COVID for like a few days, but it was never nothing I couldn't just handle, it didn't put me down
yeah.
or. So, I mean, that could have been a very light case of it and I just didn't know about it, but I only got tested one time.
Yeah.
And that was when Thomas got diagnosed with it. And I had just started back at Walmart. I was only there for a week. And Thomas got diagnosed with it. And I went
Yeah.
to Walmart. I called the HR office and said, yeah, my son got diagnosed with COVID. What do you guys want me to do? Am I still supposed to come in or what? They were like, nope, take 2 weeks off paid. I was like, okay. So I went and got tested, got all this paperwork together, had a whole file of my son's test results, my test results, and everything to have for HR when I came back at the end of the 2 weeks, figuring they were going to want it. I come in, they were like, oh no, we don't need none of that. They didn't even care. They weren't even asking for proof. They were just giving you automatic 2 weeks off paid. I wasn't even out back at Walmart for a week and had a 2-week vacation.
Even better.
I was like, oh my God.
Strange times back then. Strange times. I would not want to relive that.
Hey, Z, I'm gonna go out to the post office later this morning and send that out to you. If I have any problems, I'll call you. Because when I tried to do it online, it kept saying that it was a wrong, there was no such address and all.
Yeah, the computer's got the shits again, I'd say.
Yeah.
Oh, I've had that before where I put an address in with UPS and it said that the address didn't exist, but it clearly did.
Yeah.
I had that issue one time before, but it wasn't with the post office.
I've had issues with various things. And some places they would have the word east or north or whatever in it. And if you spelled it NTH instead of NORTH, it'd just the system would just shit itself, I'll tell you.
There was a guy I worked with at Walmart who lived in, and he couldn't even use his address on his Prime account for Amazon because Amazon said his address didn't exist. And so he would have to get his shit shipped to one of those pickup locations with the lockers. Because he even called Amazon and said, my address exists. And they said, well, in our system, it says it doesn't. Idiot. So the whole time he lived there, he couldn't use his Prime account for his house. Because they literally said his address didn't exist in their system every time he went to put it in. Even though he lived in a neighborhood that'd been there in the 1970s.
Yeah, but as I said, there's some really strange ones. We've got North Melbourne, South Melbourne, East Melbourne, and West Melbourne. But all the other ones that have north in it, or east in it, or south in it, they put it after the suburb. The only time they go before is with Melbourne. So that's what I'm saying. You don't know.
Hey,
what's up, Joe?
Yeah, good morning, Captain America, my hero.
Yeah.
And Dustin, no, the hotel has not sold yet.
Yeah, because he hasn't gotten your check yet, Dustin.
Yeah.
Expected by the close of the business day today.
Exactly.
Might be a
Preferred
couple
method is PayPal.
There might be a couple guys showing up to the house.
Yeah.
I know, Mia.
Are you selling your hotel? Are you both?
What's that?
The new one that he has. He has a
I
brand new
got
one.
a brand new one still in the box.
So he's offering
the
$500.
premium bundle with the 3 batteries and everything in the bag and everything.
Who's offered him what?
So it sells for $750 over here, Rob, on Amazon, brand new.
Yeah,
Oh, Paul offered if anybody wants it, $500 plus shipping.
that's the Nano, in it.
Yep.
Right, so if somebody buys it in the US, it might be maybe at most $20 to ship it. So,
And about $500 to ship to Australia.
yeah. Might as well just buy one at that point.
I'm so not into hotel nowadays.
I would say to ship that to Australia would probably be around 80, $90.
Yeah, I reckon it'd go close to 100.
Yeah, somewhere around there. I don't think
100.
it'd be. I
It'd
don't
be
think
cheaper,
it'd
though.
be no 200 or 300 though. It'd be around 100.
Yeah.
Cause it's not that heavy. I mean, it's
Yeah, because
relatively
it'd be
small.
it'd be $500 US, which is probably 700-ish Australian. So that counts me, yeah.
Rob, you can buy it and send it to me as a, like, you need another fucking drone, David.
I'll sell you mine if you want. I'm thinking of getting rid of the Nano and the Evo 2 and just keep the light.
Okay, here, I did this morning with the Nano. Simply because I can't fly the other one, so. Anyway, let me know what you guys think.
A good position at least.
It's not jumpy, is it?
No.
No,
Oh, you think it's funny, Dustin, but I expect my $250 finder's fee.
Yeah.
I don't see what the problem with this video is. It looks similar to all your other ones.
Mm.
Well, except when I go around here, you won't notice it, but I had to speed up the video to get around the front of the boat. Because it just doesn't have the steam, you know?
No.
But my question is you're analyzing your own video because it's not what you're used to.
Exactly.
But are your viewers that like to watch your ship videos really even looking at that?
Oh, as you can tell, the camera color is great.
Yeah.
Right, but what I'm saying
But
is,
right now, I'm running at 2%, two times speed.
because you don't want a long video.
Yeah.
I don't see the problem with it. It looks fine. Like I said, your viewers aren't going to give a crap, Paul. They're there to watch the ship. They don't care about your editing.
Oh yeah, you
so.
can see that speeded up now. Only if you look closely.
I mean, it
Yeah.
just looks like the ship's hauling ass.
Yeah.
Well, you
But
look
like-
at the water going by.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it should be on a plane.
But like I said, your viewers aren't going to care. The people that like to
Well,
watch
Now
your
it's
videos,
it's
It's
slowed
really
down
low.
there a little bit.
I doubt they'll be in your
Fine.
comments. Oh my God, what did you do? Did you speed up the footage?
Yeah. Well, they'll just go over and make a comment.
Slow it down next time, Speedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Get some nos on that thing.
Or you could donate it.
But that little camera does a good job.
mm. Yeah, the colors are beautiful.
I don't know if you'd be able to do that, Dustin, though, because Paul doesn't technically have a business. You'd
Do
have to
what?
you'd have to write that off under an LLC, I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
Dustin said donate it and then write it off. I don't think you'd get the full amount back for it if
No.
you donated it. They actually got stricter on what you can write off and stuff last few years, because even Ron was talking about that he has trouble writing off work boots and uniforms and stuff now too for work. John said, I can tell Justin I just unsubbed from Paul. Honestly, that's what I was saying. If I was you, I would, instead of getting the 2 nanos when you were at that point of replacing the other one, I would have just went ahead and got the light instead of the nano again. I would have just upgraded and got the light. Because what you spent on those 2 nanos, you could have got a light easily and still had some
Well, the
extra
only
money.
reason I had ended up with 2 nanos is, remember I had a problem with the first nano?
Yeah, the
Right.
camera,
And I
wasn't it?
sent it back to Autel and they didn't, they had it and they had it and they had it and so I ordered another one and it came. And then the same token, within a week, the Autel sent me a new nano.
Mm.
Oh, I know that. I'm saying like I would have went ahead and just got rid of those 2 and bought a light. How much is that light going for? Let's see. Autel nano
But it's
light.
1,700, I think. 16, 1,700.
Nobody asked you about your Harry Potter money. Hold on.
Not Harry Potter money, you fucking dollars, you nonce.
Uh, uh, the light plus.
Yeah, the color balance, Dustin is good on that,
Mm.
and the thing of it is that the nighttime color and everything just really pop.
Yeah.
Oh, I love how worked up that little guy gets.
Mm.
And I'm a minimalist when it comes to editing, so
It's
know,
fucking
that-
dollars, you knob.
the video was done with Movie Maker.
Yep.
You are, Justin.
That's I love how worked up you get. You were like, "Ah, it's fucking dollars, you knob."
No, I called you a nonce.
But not.
Bounce.
Okay, so the light plus looks like it's about $12.99. You know what I would do? I'd reach out to some people and be like, "I'll trade you 2 nanos for a light."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's about a
Yeah,
even
but is
trade.
the camera's good on the light?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
From what I've been told, is better,
Oh,
Definitely.
yeah,
Yes.
it's a
And the-
lot better than it is.
and it has the better speed and everything. Like it has the speed of like the
It's,
air.
it's the same size as the like the A2S.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, if I happen to come across a lot of money,
Well, I said, or either that, or if somebody that has a lot of drones, tell them you'll trade two nanos for a light. That's about an even trade.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at 750 per nano. The light's $12.99 new, so it's
Yeah, but
pretty
then
even trade.
he won't have anything and sub 250 for the like
He's
car
already-
shows and events and that sort of thing. Then would he?
Yeah, but he's already 107, so it really don't matter. Paul's
I
gonna
don't
have,
I don't worry about it being. The reason I bought it was because when it first came out, the Nano Plus had great reviews and you could see it at nighttime, because when I was flying down by the water at nighttime, it was grainy, it was faded, the colors were washed out.
Yeah. Light. Yeah, I think it's a light plus. Light or light plus. I'm trying to remember.
it's light plus.
Yeah. Light plus then. I went for a fly with Gizmo Drones and he pulled out the Autel.
Now, how did it look just auto? Or did he do a bunch of adjusting on it?
I saw the auto and then he went in and did the usual color grading and just edited a little bit.
Because I've been, from what I've heard, that the light is really just an upgrade from the Nano.
Mm.
Because it has like the speed of like an Air 2 or, Mini 2.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
not
it's
slow.
gotta have more power, because even in ludicrous mode, if there's any kind of a headwind and the object you're trying to follow is going away from you like at 8 or 10 knots,
Yeah,
you just struggle to
it just
get around.
kills it. It was cutting through wind like butter.
No, I was watching a couple of the guys at not this last drone meetup, but the one before last
Mm.
fly the nanos, and they were kind of slow.
Oh, as I said,
Who's
it cuts through wind like butter.
Like that's why I said Johnny Drone Flyer had his nano up in the air, and I had the Mini 2 up, and I asked him if he wanted to race, and he was like, "No, I'm good,"
Oh,
because he
you
knew I
destroyed
would have smoked him
Yeah.
with the Mini 2.
You would have in tripod mode or cine mode, you would have.
Yeah, normal mode, I probably would have smoked him. Because what a lot of people don't realize is the Mini 2 is only 4 miles an hour slower than the Air 2S or the Air
Yeah.
2. The top speed of the Air 2, I think, is 42 and like a half mile an hour.
Yeah.
And the Mini 2 was 38.
Yeah, but I
It
do find that I am flying the Mini 3 in sports mode to keep up with the same sort of thing as the Maverick 3 and the A2S in normal mode.
Mm.
I've heard that the Mini 3 is a little iffy in the wind, but I'm not entirely sure because I've never flown one.
It's yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Just- I was gonna say, even Paul said it was not as good in the wind when he flew it down there at the ships. I never had issues with the Mini 2. That thing was a little
Mm.
beast. Man, it could, but it could be the design of it too, Rob, because the Mini 2, if you look at it, seems to be, to me, it looks more aerodynamic than the Mini 3 does.
Mm.
Because the
Right.
Mini 3 has that big fucking kicked in looking face on it.
Mm.
but then the Mini 3 is faster and got more powerful motors.
Yeah.
Is it faster?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But
'Cause the Mini-
the one, I think the one thing I found funny is when I went out for a fly with the two Bretts. I had pulled out my Mini 2, Brett, as in VAV, pulled out his Mini 2, and we're flying it around, and he's going all over the place. He's just throwing, it's 20-mile-an-hour winds, and he's just
Right.
throwing it around all over, all over the bay.
I'll have him look at it for
And
you.
then I get mine, and then I thought, well, if he's doing it at that wind speed, I can do the same thing. But Gizmo brings out the Autel Evo, and that just smoked everybody. Especially, he's just going through the wind, and you can see, because it's orange,
Yeah.
and we were at golden hour, you could just see it really easily. And he's
Oh,
going
yeah,
out
that's the
500,
thing,
600
that's the thing
meters.
about these little orange ones, like this
Yeah.
is the Mini,
Yeah,
It's, and I put strobes on the bottom, the little dinky strobes.
yeah.
Well, that's what I hated
Especially
about
when, as I said, especially when you hit golden hour, it's a lot easier to see the orange, I tell you.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was
I have-
twice as far out.
That's what I hated about the DJIs is they were all like pigeon colored, and they just blended in with the fucking sky. You get 1,000 feet away and you have trouble seeing it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that whole line of sight shit is bullshit because a Mini 2 can easily go 1.5 miles, 2 miles if you have a good signal.
mm,
I've gotten mine up to almost 2 miles away, just fine. And that thing, dude, after you get a quarter mile, half mile out, you can't see the fucking thing.
about 3 kilometers.
Yeah, you can't see it after about a quarter to a half mile. It's too damn small.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because Brett VAV went out to at least 400 meters, and I could just barely see it. Whereas the other Brett, whips it out all the way out. He's 500-600 meters away, and seeing the orange is a lot easier.
Yeah, you
So
can see.
I might get a skin like Matt does.
Yeah, turn your DJI into an Autel.
Yeah.
That's because
That'd be
Matt
fun.
has this. What Matt doesn't want to tell you is he has this secret love for Autel that he doesn't want to admit. He actually thinks Hasselblack sucks and he really loves the Alltel color profile. He just doesn't want to admit it to nobody. So he buys these DJIs and he dresses them all up like Alltels. You know, kind of like a gender confused drone, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, that's just, it's okay. We just have to be accepting of that.
Yeah. And we're always inclusive here.
Oh, he sent me a picture this morning at like 3 o'clock this morning, and he had my new video pulled up on his TV, and he was like, "Look, Bertha's about to get into some shit." He was
Is that the
watching
one
it
with
on his.
it was that the Bertha gets arrested.
Yeah, that was the one where she. Was that the title of that one? Because I put 2 of them out.
Something like that, yeah. So I remember seeing
Uh,
that coming up while I was watching something else.
Oh no, it was Bertha breaks into the 24/7.
Oh, okay.
She got in trouble for breaking into the convenience store.
Yeah, I
'Cause
couldn't
she-
remember the exact title, but yeah. I think
She
I
was
watching
trying to
that
get
at
into the
lunch.
safe because she was running low on drug money, and the owner
Mm.
showed up right when she was doing it. Well, actually, a
Yeah.
customer showed up, so she was pretending to be the clerk till the customer left, but right before the owner showed up, and he got smart and I punched him in the face.
Mm.
Ooh,
Oh, it was my last video,
oh, sorry.
the one I put out, or it was
I was watching
scheduled.
some videos today.
Yeah, it was scheduled for early this morning.
Yeah, I was looking at some of the ones I'd missed. I must have put them on my watch later.
Mm.
And then I put another one out. It was like, it was an unfinished scene because right before we got to the end of
Yeah.
it, the game crashed and we weren't able to get back in for about a half hour, so we didn't end up finishing the scene. So I
Mm.
put it up anyway because it was a pretty funny encounter. So
Yeah.
Cool. Well, guys, I gotta run. I gotta go do signs, so I told him to put it up this morning.
Wish I could.
So we'll see you later, Paul. Everything. We'll see you.
All
Okay.
right,
I'll talk to you later.
later.
okay.
Yep. Bye.
Like I was just bragging to Rob. Yeah, I'm gonna get up and walk around, go put signs in the
Yeah,
ground.
that's what I said. I wish I could.
Exactly.
Maybe I'll go for a drive and use my gas pedal.
Yeah. I don't know. I can use a gas pedal.
Do what?
I can use a gas pedal, but
Yeah, but you can't control the weight on the pedal,
no,
can you?
that's what I was going to say. Then is the brake
You just-
pedal.
You just fucking drop your foot on the pedal and you're just straight flooring it, buddy.
Yeah, because the brake pedal. Then when my foot goes on it, I can push it, but I can't feel how hard I'm pushing it. For all I know, I could be pushing the steering column.
Right. What do you have?
You
Like,
know.
I'm assuming you have paddle gas and top
About hand
brake.
controls.
Yeah.
I got a lever on the right hand side of the steering wheel, which I pull up to go, push down to stop, and then on the end of it, they put like a little L bracket with a little toggle switch on top for the indicators.
Yep.
Or signals, as you know it. Then is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indicators here.
We just call them turn signals.
Yeah, turn signals, indicators. And then I got one of them, like forklift knobs on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, like, they're not really turn signals. They're just a suggestion. They like to turn them on as they're making the turn,
Yeah, that's
as you're slamming on your brakes to stop because they didn't tell you.
Because yours are red,
yeah,
isn't it?
because BMWs have this really interesting innovation. They're called indicators.
Yeah, they don't. That's so annoying, dude. You get so many people that will do that. They literally will be in mid-turn and then they'll turn their blinker on,
Yeah.
or they'll wait
Or,
until they.
or sometimes they just don't put them on.
Yeah,
And it's generally BMW drivers.
Oh, yes.
Or douchebag Porsche drivers too, they're just as bad.
Yeah. Well,
'Cause
BMW got a really
Yours,
bad
yours
name.
don't have to be yellow, do they, Justin?
Oh, ours are generally red, and then your parking lights or your backup lights are white,
Yeah, same as ours.
and then your front headlights could be
Yeah.
yellow, blue,
Oh,
white.
no, we can't have none of that, just
Front and
white.
rear indicators are an amber
Yeah.
yellow.
Yeah, amber yellow.
Yeah,
amber
we
yellow
have
and red
these,
brake lights.
we have these like really bright, like bluish headlights, and they're fucking annoying because
Yeah.
they'll blind the living shit out of you.
Well,
Yeah,
them,
yeah, we've got
them
those as well.
Xeon types or something, you know?
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. Not every place are you allowed to have, not every state, but some states allow you to
Yeah,
have
yeah,
them.
no. The whole of the UK is a no-no for that.
But yeah, your lights normally are either like a bright white LED,
Yeah.
or they'll be like a, they could be yellow because it depends on whether you have like really bad tinted. You know, some people just, their headlights are so foggy from over the years that they're
Yeah.
just a nasty yellow looking
Well,
color.
that's a, because do you have to have your cars then, like, checked every year and like approved
Not in Florida, no.
to be on the
No,
road?
not here.
Nope. It pay either $32 a year for registration or $64 for 2 years.
$32 a year.
We don't have to
Wow.
get, but if you're in California, New York, you have to get your car smogged and inspected and pay the registration. It'd be a few
Yeah.
$100.
Over here, once a car turns 3 years old, it's got to be inspected every 12 months.
Yeah, you got to
And
get
obviously the
your
work carried
MOT.
out. It's got to be roadworthiness at all
Oh,
times.
no, bro. In Florida, dude, you could have like no exhaust and just have straight open headers loud as fuck and they don't care.
Oh my God, you you
No,
wouldn't
we
get
only
it.
when you sell or buy a car, that's when you need a roadworthy before you get your registration.
Oh, no, I see
But-
people driving with rusted out floorboards. It's not cool. Just
I
throw a
just-
floor mat over it.
doing the whole Fred Flintstone thing.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you-
wondered how you guys get away with like the rat rods and that sort of thing. Oh my God, over here they would be impounded as soon as they fucking seen it.
Yeah,
Well, some states are like that, but then some states like that are even real strict, like California. If the car's a certain year or older, it's grandfathered in and it can be, you know,
yeah,
it cannot have
Yeah, but
seatbelts.
with-
It could be a little bit
yeah. But
louder.
with our registration, we've got, you know, one cost on top of another cost on top of another cost on top of it. We've got 5 or 6 different things, and it ends
No.
up being. I think the last time I saw one was about $880.
No, the great thing is though, is we live in Florida and we have this thing called freedom.
Yeah, I know. I know. You need to export a bit of that down here.
Yeah.
Like motorcyclists don't even have to wear fucking helmets on their motorcycles down here.
Yeah, fucking nuts, isn't it? Jesus Christ.
I think they have to
Yeah.
pay a little more on their insurance though.
I was going to say, can you export a bit
shit.
of that here? I wouldn't mind a bit of freedom.
Yeah, I think that, I think in order to ride without a helmet, you have to pay a little bit more. Like you have to pay a special thing on your insurance, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
Well,
I wish.
over
in
there,
here
over
could figure
there,
it
do
out.
you have to have a specific motorcycle license?
Well, you
Yes.
have to have a, yeah, you have to
You
have
have to
a
have an
thing.
endorsement here.
Yeah, endorsement on your license, yeah. Unless it's
Well,
49
we've
cc's or
got
less.
motorcycle licenses, we've got car licenses, we've got heavy licenses, heavy articulated licenses. So you can
We
have
have-
4 different licenses.
We have 4 different licenses here that are
And you have to go through each of those. Each
ground
of the tests.
vehicles, not like
Yeah.
boat like. We have a class A, which is for 18 wheelers, large buses, stuff like that. Then you have your class B, which is also buses and some smaller type
Yeah,
trucks.
rigids as they're called.
Then you have your class C, which is all
Lorries.
vehicles up to, what is it, 10,000 pounds or some shit? You
Yeah.
can drive a vehicle. And then you also have your motorcycle endorsement you can get.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the same year. But no,
But-
Class 8 drivers are called different, but it's the same scenario.
Yeah, we call them differently, but it's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
But you know, some people call them trucks, some people call them lorries.
Now, if you have your class A, obviously it covers you for class B and class C shit. But you would still have to have the endorsement for the motorcycle
Yeah.
separate.
Yeah, you
Now-
gotta have the
I-
respective endorsement.
I've still got my lorry license. In fact, I had to do a delivery on one of ours, maybe a month ago, 6 weeks.
Where's my life? Where's
Oh,
my?
Yeah, and
I
you've gotta-
wonder if Chuck Kovacs had to get a some kind of a specialty license to drive his wife around, because her name is Lori.
Oh my God. That's such a cheesy joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's waiting for
Alright.
that.
Alright, so,
And he's here all week.
okay, so my class C covers
Try
up
the
to 20
veal.
26,001 pounds.
So
Is
that
the
means
big-
if it's 26,000 pounds, you're good to go.
Yeah, I can drive a vehicle up to that weight.
Dominic, check your messages.
Yeah,
And you
just
have to be-
looking.
You have to be 18 or older,
Oh,
obviously.
nice. That looks delicious.
So David's obviously saying that I've said something wrong then.
No, he sent me a photo of Laura at a Wimpy Burger.
Oh,
I wonder what he
That's something
does
we
when
don't
she
have
like,
here.
I wonder what he, when she like goes into places like McDonald's to eat, does he just sit there looking at the wall?
no. They do veggie stuff there. They do a veggie burger and
They actually had veggie burgers and plant-based burgers at McDonald's here, but no one bought them, so they removed them from the menu.
I think he has like a hash brown rolls as well in there. If
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
the mornings. I think.
I've got a,
I think that was
I've got a
David
couple of
on it.
vegetarian friends, and that's what they do.
It's like a vampire going into a crematorium. There's nothing to eat.
Yeah.
Hey Joe.
Well, he couldn't be a vampire because they don't eat meat or any meat byproducts, so that's blood, you
Mm.
know, so.
Oh, he said
Yeah.
share it.
And they
I
can't
don't-
do it.
Yeah.
God, I bet Laura loves that.
Yeah,
as I said, it
Joe.
certainly looks good.
Joe, here they go by the weight of the vehicle. So a standard sedan 4-door car.
Yeah.
You're looking at about $32 a year.
30,
And you can do up to 2 years at a time if you want. Which is still not bad. I
ours is
mean,
12
shit.
months.
$64 for 2 years isn't bad at all.
I'd love that.
Yeah, especially when Tim says my rego's coming up, it's like $900. I'm like, get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here. I'd never pay that much for a registration.
There's registration, TAC, which is the Transport Accident Commission fee, stamp duty, GST tax. I think there's another one on there, but it works out at near $900. And then you got to pay insurance on top of that.
Okay,
So you're
$2,500.
easily up to $1,400.
So somebody just messaged me, if $2,500 was deposited into your Cash App account, what would you use it for? And be honest. Now I'm gonna put, I'm good, fuck off, scammer. There you go.
Well, the tabs, I just got noticed the tabs on my truck are expire. I gotta renew them.
David,
$175.
David, send it to me and I'll share it.
Still better. 175 is better than 880.
Oh, yeah. Well, I got the shock of my life back in the 80s when I moved to Kansas City.
Mm.
I had a lease vehicle in Michigan, and so I had Michigan plates, and it was, $20 or whatever. And out there, I bought a car and registered out there, and it was $682.
Good.
When I got the plates for my car. And initially when I first registered it, I think it was like $80
Mm.
with the plates and everything, plates and stickers and all that. Whereas we had the temp tags for a month.
Mm. Unbelievable.
Yeah, we don't have to do the inspection, Joe. So
We
you're
only,
not too,
as I said, the only time we do an inspection is when you buy a car from someone, and then you go to a roadworthy place, and they tick off all the things that need to be done before it's roadworthy. You got to pay for that, and then you got to pay for the inspection. You got to pay for the appointment fee as well.
so
It's just
for,
it's like blood out of a stone. They just love taking money off you.
so if you added up what Joe would have to pay for his 2-year registration, but he has to pay $10 for each year to get it inspected, which I'm sure he has to
Yeah.
do it every year, even though it's registered for 2 years, that'd be $72 for 2 years. So it's still more than what I pay. And I don't even have to do the
It's about
inspection.
it's a tenth of what I. That's still cheaper.
Oh yeah, I never even played close to that, Joe. I think it was like less than $100.
The size of that menu Lord is reading.
Yeah, I know.
What? We're not seeing anything. You're not sharing it. David said to share it.
I send it to you.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. I like how she faced the hamburgers right towards them too.
Yeah, good.
Look at it, you vegetarian, you.
Yeah.
Look at that. Either
Yeah,
that
but-
menu is really big or it's that weird ass camera angle.
Yeah,
No, I think they're big menus
yeah. There are a lot of places that have those big menus.
because it looks like it's laminated. Do you see it
Mm,
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
edge?
yeah, now. And
Oh, I mean,
places here just. I was just gonna say, places here just have QR codes on the actual table, and you put your phone over it, and on the phone itself, it comes up with the menu, and you order from there, and people don't have to come over and take your order. Jeez, what's with technology sometimes? It's just too much of it sometimes. No, we don't have Wimpy Burgers here.
Oh, David, at least David gets to eat the lettuce off a burger.
Exactly.
I couldn't
All
imagine being
soggy and wet and warm.
dude, I
Mm.
couldn't imagine being a vegetarian. Like, oh my God, dude, I love steak and burgers too much. I couldn't do
I've
it.
tried it.
I bet you didn't make it more than a week, did you?
Mm,
Like, see, he's like, yeah, fuck that.
mm,
Dude, I couldn't go without eating steak. That's like my favorite meal ever.
yeah,
Big old juicy steak. Oh my God.
especially one of those tomahawks.
Oh, big old cowboy ribeye
Mm,
or a T-bone.
yep.
Some
Oh,
really good fat
thunderstorms.
marbling.
Yeah. Or one of those wagyu, wagyu,
Wagyu.
wagyu, or whatever they call it. And they're about that thick. The place that I go to, and they do some of the best steaks out.
That is disgusting, JD. You are
I'll
sick.
try. I'll
You
try
are
it.
sick.
I'll try it. Uh,
You sick bitch.
I'll try anything once.
I'm not trying that.
Mm. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, I know, yeah, I know, Laura would have a blast if she was able to come over here and go to all the different like backcountry mom and pop restaurants. You know,
Oh
the
God,
ones,
yeah.
because there are some, dude, there's the barbecue Texas that's so busy on the weekends. They're only open Fridays and Saturdays, but they
Mm,
make so much money in that 2 days
yeah.
that they don't have to be open the rest of the week. Like the waitresses and shit make that much money in those 2 days that they're off the rest of the week. They make like $500 or $600 in tips in those
Mm.
2 days. Just in tips. That's not including what they
There's
get paid the
probably
hour.
there's about 3 or 4 places I go to, and one thing I have noticed is they're all waitresses, and they all are very attractive, let's say.
Talking about
Yeah,
Hooters?
I'm up for anything, JD.
Talking about Hooters?
No,
No, it's not. We don't have Hooters here,
Uh,
but it just seems to be.
Twin Peaks in it is another one like Hooters.
well, that doesn't surprise
have-
me. I mean, with the waitress, I mean, the restaurant industry, as far as people waiting on you, is dominated by women more than men.
Yeah,
Look at David, spicy
But-
bean burger is the
yeah, I don't
best.
mind that. Actually, spicy bean burger is pretty good. I just
But
have a couple of bits of bacon on it, but that's another story.
But that barbecue place in Texas, that was one of the ones that what's his name went to
Ramsey.
Ramsey went to and said it was he even said that was one of the best barbecues he has ever tasted in his life. He said that place was just absolutely amazing. He was
That was where
blown
they had
away
the big
by it.
fire in the center of it, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, oh yeah, they had all these massive smokers and everything.
Yes, I
Like
remember.
these-
that one.
I'm always up for a challenge. AZ.
But that's what I'm saying, dude. As much as Laura likes like burgers and barbecue, trust me, man. She hadn't tasted, dude, you would, because like I said, dude, the farmers in the US, a lot of these big farms that have been around for generations, that are
Mm.
generationally handed down, these guys take very, very much pride in their beef. Like
Exactly.
they
We
only
do that
use,
too.
like everything's monitored, like what cows breed with what.
Yeah.
You know, what steers breed with certain cows and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Everything
we have a
is,
similar situation here.
Even though we used to go to Florida, the commercial side, International Drive, we used to stay on and all that. We still get absolutely stunning food there and ginormous amounts of it.
well, and that's the great thing about barbecue is it's such a big staple in the US that everywhere you go, the barbecue
Yeah.
style is different, but really good in its own way.
Mm.
But they're
But
like, if,
I always found over there, you asked for a burger, and you got like half a fucking cow in like a big
Yeah.
slab of steak in a roll.
Yep.
Yeah.
Over here they
Our
may
burger
be
joints like that
5,
here, I tell you.
3 centimeters thick.
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, it's a, well, and that's the thing. Like if you go to Kansas City, you go to Texas, you go to North Carolina, Florida, everybody's barbecues has a different style.
Mm.
But like I said, they all are good in their own way. You
Mm.
might like one better than the other, but you'll enjoy every one of them to a certain extent.
Oh, definitely. It's
And
like
that's
here.
just barbecue. I mean, you got plenty of other types of restaurants too, pizza places. I mean, there's such a big diversity of food in the US because of all the
Ah.
different cultures that live here.
I reckon where I am, you could walk down the street and there are 20 different nationalities along there.
Like there's a couple that I drive by all the time going to St. Cloud, and it's a Haitian barbecue,
Yeah.
and they have this big smoker and this little setup on the side of the road, and they're there all the time, and
Oh,
they
it's, and
serve their
some of
own.
the African restaurants that we've got here are delicious as well. African, and then you got all the European ones. And then we've also got, you know, South African fried chicken. Just various ones.
I've never
You
had
know, there's
lamb.
variety. You don't get bored with them that easily.
That's one thing I've never had is lamb.
Lamb,
I
okay.
just never I just happened to never have it. Honestly, I
Potentially,
don't
but I
ever,
don't really like it. I don't.
I mean, I've been to restaurants that serve it, but I never ordered it, and I don't think I remember anybody that's actually ever cooked it while I was at their house or
Oh,
anything.
lamb is a
I just find it
lamb is
really
a
fatty.
staple down here.
Oh, it is in a lot of places, but I just,
Australian lamb.
I've
Oh,
never
yeah,
tried it.
it's heavenly.
Well, Justin, you gotta remember Dominic likes Vegemite too, so.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd trust his taste buds too much. But I'd be willing to try it though, I mean, for sure.
Here's Ron.
Hey, Rob.
Lamb,
Morning, everybody.
lamb back straps or lamb cutlets. They're the two you got to try out.
I really want to try buffalo ever since Ron's been talking about
Yeah, I
buffalo
know.
burgers every other day.
Yeah, I'd love
Yeah.
to find buffalo. I reckon it'd be pretty hard to find here.
If I ever make it out to Ron's area, I'm gonna have him make me a buffalo burger.
Yeah,
I will
exactly.
hook you up. Go out on the deck and cook some burgers and feed some deer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the thing too, is like I said, that restaurant, when I was growing up, we had a restaurant right across the street from my dad's business.
Yeah.
That served ostrich and buffalo burgers. I just never tried one. I never had ordered one. Cause you know, when you're not as adventurous when you're like a teenager, right? You like what you
Exactly.
like. You tend to
Yeah,
don't get.
once you get older, you start becoming adventurous.
Yeah, well, you have your taste buds tend to get more of a
I might
bigger
be
variety.
adventurous, but Rocky Mountain oysters is where I draw the line.
Well, that's Sean. Not,
Yep, I draw the
Yeah.
line at that one. But most meats I'll try. That's one where I'm not.
People in the
Not
chat saying
overly
hi to you,
interested.
Ron.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't try it if I was like at a restaurant that was famous for making them. I mean, I guess I would at least try a little bite and see what it tasted like. But like I
No,
said, I'm always willing to try something at least once. As bad as spotted dick sounds, I'd probably try that too.
it's a dessert.
Just doesn't sound it just doesn't.
Yeah. It don't
I
sound
Spotted
right.
seem to
Richard.
I seem to remember a campaign where they wanted to call it Spotted Richard.
Yeah, they do sometimes over here.
Yeah. We've got some really good desserts as well. Sticky date pudding is just another really great one. I don't know if you got them over there.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is very, very bread and butter pudding. I think that's more
We do,
down Rob's line.
I don't
Yeah.
like
Ron,
it.
did you,
Yeah.
you talk to Lynn?
I was texting her or like messaging her. Yeah,
She's having a hard time with her diagnosis, so.
really. My friend
Sure.
Don was gonna call her last night too. So
Well, I think that what has put her over the edge is the fact that the doctor said, pretty much told her it's terminal and, not a lot they can do.
yeah,
Shit.
I mean it can be a long drug out. Yeah.
Was they diagnosed her with having 40 to 50% of her lung capacity is gone, and she has a lot of fluid in her lungs.
Yeah. And again, maybe I'll mention this to Don and I'll let him talk to her, but there was a pulmonologist in Billings, Montana. That's where we actually take a lot of patients. And there's a thing called lung reduction therapy, and it's actually where they take, again, I don't know how old Lynn is or where the age cutoff is, but, and every person is different. They initially told him he was good for it, then they took it off the table, but they basically take the bad lung tissue out and then leave you obviously with a smaller lung, but it's full capacity lung then. And
Well, I think that what really pissed her off yesterday is they wrote her prescriptions, right? And
Yeah.
she took the prescriptions to the pharmacies, and the pharmacies won't fill them because they don't fill VA insurance. And so she says, well, how much does it cost? Well, each prescription is $1,000.
yeah, she was telling me like the one was like $600.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Justify that.
That should be a federal law. They should have to take that insurance, fuckers.
Yeah.
The hell does it matter? You're gonna get paid anyway.
Yep. Exactly.
America
Hate insurance
don't
shit.
sound so good now, Justin.
Do what?
America don't sound so good now.
Mm.
Well, neither does Welsh, but you know.
No, just no, the way you said, oh, no, we're free over here with this, with that.
No, I'm talking about the VA insurance. It's stupid that they won't take it.
Mm.
So where can she go to get it filled then?
Well,
if they-
she was gonna try and get a hold of the VA today and find out what the hell to do.
Like, is there a special pharmacy they have to go to or what?
No,
I know, like, yeah, certain pharmacies, I know certain pharmacies won't fill my one prescription, you know.
Who was it that wouldn't take it?
all the pharmacies in town. And I told her, I says, well, go back to the hospital and have their pharmacy fill it. And she said she already asked about that, and they said, no, they won't fill it either.
Fucked up. Yeah, I'll have her talk to Don. He actually wrote letters to local congressmen. I mean, he not just for Wyoming, but for every veteran. He really laid into them about what fucked up or lack of care that they. Sorry, my mouth, but yeah, the lack of care and attention to detail for our veterans.
Yeah, for all of her service, that's what she gets, you know?
That's like they told him he wasn't allowed to take his oxygen bottles to Canada. He told him, "Screw you, I'm going. I'm taking them."
Did she try Walgreens? Cause it says that Walgreens has a thing with the VA. It says as part of the US Department of Veteran Affairs efforts to improve care coordination for veterans, the department is working with pharmacy service providers, Walgreens, to coordinate patient and pharmaceutical care for VA enrolled patients. Huh.
After everything she's done for her country, they're speaking, treating her that way. Fucking hell.
Exactly.
I already saw what that was, Dustin. I'm not looking at that. That's what I'd be doing. I'd be calling some local I'd be calling the senators up in that state.
Yeah.
Says maybe insurance doesn't cover the meds, not that they don't take it. Well, that shouldn't even be an issue with VA insurance. I'm sorry. It should cover anything. Period. Don't you think so, Ron?
Yeah, the funny thing is, every time that I like go for a physical or like I got an annual doctor's appointment coming up, and if you need any meds, and the first thing they asked me, they said, "Where do you want you to get your prescription?" And they send in the prescription. They should have given that to her right there, Paul. they should have told her, you know, and then sent the prescription in online. So that's what all my doctors do. Dentist does, everything. Paul Mary, are you talking to her now?
It says CVS and Walgreens take it, but maybe David's right. Maybe it's a specific medication. Maybe it's not the insurance they don't take. Maybe they just don't cover the only other thing you could do is try that. What is it? The farm, that good farm X or whatever that gets
Yeah.
you, or good RX that gets you the discounts.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
me and Sarah have used that quite a few times and it knocked off on some medications. It knocked up to almost 80% of the cost off.
really? Wow.
Yeah, it depends on the medication, but yeah, in some cases it does a really good discount. In other cases, it can be just a few dollars. But it wouldn't be hurt to look into that too, if she ends up having to pay out of pocket. Any little bit's good.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll have Don call her too. I tell you, he's become very knowledgeable over the last 2 years on what to do and who to see and how the process works with the VA.
It'd be a lot easier too if they were in the same state, because he's already talking to your guys' local people,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Although maybe he could contact the people you guys been talking to, and maybe they can contact the people in the state she's in, and I don't know,
Yeah,
they can
Yeah.
do that.
yeah.
I don't know. Just sucks.
Yeah, it's one thing I don't like about this country is that for what our veterans do, you know, and I see it from the medical side, you know, I go into these VA nursing homes and that, and the piss poor care. It's just,
That's why I said they need to just get rid of all the VA hospitals. All that shit needs to go away. And they just need to give these people full coverage insurance that covers anything they need without question. And they can
Yep.
just go where they want, when they want.
yep, I agree.
Money they spend on these stupid government facilities, it could easily go towards the cost of their insurance.
Yep, exactly. I agree.
And like I said, everybody, I've said that argument before, and some people say, well, you know, people lose their jobs. No, they wouldn't. There's a shortage of healthcare workers all throughout the country at private
Oh my
hospitals and
God.
everything.
Yeah.
They would have plenty of places to go get a job. There's thousands of, if not hundreds of thousands of medical positions open at any one time. I don't care if 100,000 medical people got laid off at one time, they could have a job the next day. It's not that
Yeah.
hard to find one. They're always in demand. And that's one good thing about the medical field too, is that's one of the fields that's least affected by recessions and stuff too, because people still go to the hospital. They still have to pay people. Like that's just a business that keeps going no matter what's going on.
Okay, I was dealing with the upstairs, you know, my furnace stopped working and they want big bucks to fix it. And so I turned the furnace off because it was squealing. And so now it's getting hot. And the air conditioner, so I turned the furnace back on, the air conditioner kicked on, which is fine. It's not squealing. So I don't know what the hell.
Is it just the fan that's bad?
Yeah.
And they want $800 to put a new fan in.
No, $800 just to fix the one that's there. If I want to really go through it, they want $3,000.
Jeez.
And I just don't have it, you know? But I got nobody to blame but myself for all the toys I bought and all this. I look around and I see, why did you buy that? Why did you buy that? Why did you buy that?
Seriously need to get your tenants, get all the shit out of your house that you're not using and have a big garage sale.
Well, I can have a garage sale, but I just don't have the energy to do
Well,
it.
that's why you use your neighbors upstairs. Say, look, if we want to get this thing fixed, let's get some shit sold. Have them set some tables outside, start hauling all that processors and everything else you got back
Putting
there.
them on eBay, innit? Like a garage sale. He won't. A lot of the stuff is
I've got a
like
microwave
expensive.
sitting out in the garage office. I got 2 TVs in the garage.
I mean, you could almost have an estate sale, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Fucking have people come in the house and walk through and find shit they want.
You could
Make an
have,
offer
I
on
could
it.
have an estate sale, Ron, and wear a black, like the and carry the whatchamacallit, like the
Talking about death.
Grim Reaper.
The stat, yeah,
It'd
the
be,
stat.
be like an auctioneer.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, seriously, as much shit as you have in your garage and in your house that you're not using, you could probably easily get a couple grand.
Yeah,
In a day or two.
I got big tools in the basement. I got a table saw on a stand. I got all, all kinds of
Well,
stuff.
that's what I'm saying. Dude, a table saw alone, you could get a few $100,
Yeah.
depending on what, what model it is and all that.
Well,
That's what
every dollar is better than no dollar,
Well, here's the, I'm going to be rough on you, Paul. We live by our choices. Instead of going out and flying your ships, take your time and energy and start gathering stuff. You wouldn't believe. I did a yard sale one time, $5,000 I made in one weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
So-
saying, dude. You got tons of brand new shit in your house.
Yep.
And that's why I said, use your neighbors upstairs to help you out. They
Yeah,
can,
I've
have them help you out.
I've got a power inverter out in the garage that you put on a vehicle, and it gives you 110 and 220 out of it.
what I'm saying,
I
like,
have a generator out in the garage, a great big huge generator.
nah, David, if I went up there, I'd end up buying half the shit off of
Yeah, I know. So would I.
him. I want that panini maker he's got behind the TV over there.
You have to?
Yeah, you should see how much brand new cooking shit he has behind that TV over there.
Oh yeah, I got all kinds of.
He's got brand new like crock pots and brand new panini makers, all kinds of
Yep.
shit's never been
Yep.
used.
Yep, I got all kinds of just here.
That's all like
I-
brand new stuff right there.
I
Wow.
dropped the Pepsi, I would.
Oh, boo.
That's all I'm saying. Like, get your neighbors upstairs. You don't even have to lift a finger. Just coordinate with them and tell them what you want taken outside,
Go ahead.
what you
Yeah.
want to get rid of, and they can haul it out. And because that's helping you and them out getting all that shit fixed
And you just
by the hot dog maker. I mean, tools alone are easy. I mean, there's always guys that are willing to buy used tools. I mean, you could even go to a local pawn shop or anywhere and just tell them you got a shit ton of tools you want to get rid of. Do you want to come to my house
Yeah.
and look at them? And they could come and give you an offer on a bunch of stuff in one shot and pick it up. You don't even have to do anything. Or, anything. You could put
yeah, I know I got to work on that.
you could even call up some local shops and tell them, hey, I got a bunch of equipment here. If you want to come look at it and make me an offer on it, I'll
Well,
get rid of
before
it.
I die, I need to empty the house anyway.
I hope I wasn't abrupt, Paul. Just giving you some shit.
No,
but-
that's Ron. You're not telling me anything that Lynn hasn't been harping on me over and over again.
Yep.
No, I've got nobody to blame but myself. Instead of putting away $1 every chance I get, I was blowing it on stuff. And when you got a hobby, when you buy stuff, it doesn't escalate in value, it depreciates in value.
Yep.
So it's
It's like
like, back when I was buying the big Inspires for $4,000 and $5,000, and I turn around and sell them for $1,000,
Yeah.
Yeah, Lynn's in the chat now. She said, amen.
Hey,
So-
Lynn.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what I'm saying. You guys, you don't even have to do anything. Just tell your upstairs tenants, hey, help me out. Let's get some stuff taken out, throw some chairs, throw some tables up outside.
Yeah.
Go around
I
town.
can't
throw a
see the
couple
chat,
signs up.
but Paul, ask her if Don called her last. He said
Hey.
he wanted to call her.
Hey, Lynn, did Don call you last night?
All right, let's
If
wait.
not, they ought to hook up today. Maybe he can help her with that whole insurance thing.
Like I said to you, I don't know if she checked into that Good RX, but it'd be worth checking that too. If she gets stuck having to pay out of pocket. Cause that might take a huge chunk out. Like I said, me and Sarah have
Well,
used that quite a few times.
Lynn will never pay out of pocket because she's earned the right to have her insurance.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying worst case scenario. Yes, we had a nice visit, she said.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah, they got a lot in common, you know, with the military.
Oh, I
I'd
kinda,
say, go ahead.
oh
Sorry.
no, go ahead, Ron.
I was just gonna say, he's a man of his word, you know, he told me yesterday, he said, we were chatting and, he's like, yep, he goes, I wanna call in, just let her know that I'm thinking about her, so. He's just a good dude, good natured dude. He's hard friends like that are hard to find, you know, good friends like that.
Oh, Lynn says that Meyer Pharmacy takes the VA and it's all taken care of.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Nice.
good.
Good
Good.
to hear.
Well, that's great news, Lenny. I was worried about it.
Yeah.
The one med today, the others tomorrow, had to order it. So she'll have the other ones by tomorrow.
Good.
She said each day
Ugh.
appreciated it.
Yeah.
Yep, she thinks a lot of Don.
Yeah. They've never met.
No,
Uh,
what do you want? Be right back. I'm hoping she wants to go out because she just got done tearing up the place. You gotta go outside.
you working today, Justin?
Nah, I took today off. I didn't feel good. I wasn't feeling 100% this morning. I didn't sleep very well last night either. Had a freaking pounding headache all day.
I got the next 24 off. Oh,
You going home, Ron, or you staying there?
no, I stay here. I'm back in the morning.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I was up here Tuesday. Today's Thursday. Yeah. Tuesday and Wednesday, I was up here extra shifts. So, and then I start my normal rotation tomorrow. Oh,
Oh, you're in a parking garage right now?
yeah.
Nobody parked in your spot, I take it.
No, but I'll tell you what. Whew, there's a new sheriff in town. There's a new apartment manager. Good looking woman, but holy crap, she's mean.
Oh, nice.
She
Oh, you-
she actually came down. She was down here in the garage one day, and she actually said, "She was, yep, everybody." I was kind of joking with her a little bit, and she knew about me and that guy that parked in my spot, and she's like, "Well, that won't be happening again because there's a new sheriff in town, and she
Okay.
ain't nice." That's what she said.
Well, I've met a lot of apartment managers over the years, and a lot of them tend to be very ornery people, and not to say it's necessarily their fault. It's just they have to deal with a lot of jackasses.
Yep.
So they kind of have to get that way in order. Otherwise, they'll just get mowed over, right? Because you can't let
Yeah.
people push you over when you're in that position. Because then you'll
Yep.
have people, they're constantly late on their rent, and oh, I don't have it this month. And if you're not forceful with them, they'll just walk all over you.
Hmm.
You
Yep.
know.
To jump off, I'll speak to you all later.
So,
Hey, Rob, don't jump.
Yeah.
Just have a good day, buddy.
Yeah, I'm probably a
Where?
couple of minutes behind you.
but I'm sure some of them don't start off like that, but they end up getting like that over the years,
Hmm.
dealing with all those people.
Yeah.
Yeah, she told that guy he's been parking in somebody else's spot. Well, actually, it's a vacant spot. She finally caught him. I come downstairs to go to work one day, and she's down here. And like, oh man, she was walking around car to car. There's probably, I don't know, 20, 30 cars in here, but she's going around each one checking the records.
Why
making sure
doesn't
they
he
belong.
park in his own spot, or does he have more vehicles?
He don't have one, the cheap bastard. His girlfriend has one, and so he just thinks he can come down here. And
Oh,
like
he
I
has
said, he won't
his own-
he won't park in my place again. She even told him she knew about what I did, and she goes, next time I'll come help him hook up the rope. Tow your ass out of here, and you'll get a fine.
So what is are they supposed to park out like in public parking out?
Yeah,
outside?
there's underground parking here, and you know, if I wasn't worried about losing my spot, this car I don't give a shit. You know, my truck, yeah, the wintertime, I gotta admit, you come downstairs and it's 65 degrees, and you know, downstairs here, and then you go outside and it's 35 below. That's always nice in the morning, but the summertime we get a lot of hail, and this thing's already got hail damage, and that's the reason I park my truck down here. I keep it all year round. It's $75 a month I pay, but it's well worth it to just park down here.
Are you only allotted one parking space, or do you?
Yeah, you have an assigned spot. So the funny thing, you know, and I'm sure you can see this in me, Justin, where one of my pilots is right next door to me, and 9 times out of 10, neither one of us are working the same day. So what we do is we park in the middle, you know, so there's all this extra space. You don't get little kids, you know, slamming their doors into your vehicle. But Paul and I have that, you know, handshake agreement. So, and Christy knows that. But yeah, she's a nice lady, but she's tough though. But the thing I'm worried about is hospitals are the worst people to pay bills. I mean, they're terrible, and the hospital they pay the rent here. Well, they're late all the time, and the apartment manager actually contacted Paul and I to make sure that our parking fees are up to date. And I said, Chris, you got any question with mine? I said, you contact me, I'll walk over to the office, I'll bring my laptop and show you on my banking statement. I'm paid every month. I do the automatic bill pay. Well, the hospital clearly told her, we're not paying late fees. We don't pay late fees. And she got really pissed off and said, well, maybe then you don't need to stay here. Maybe you need to find a new place for your pilots and medics and nurses to live. I'm like, oh, great. Oh, that's not my battle to fight, but
Well, how hard is it for a hospital if I can do automatic payments every month?
oh, hospitals are terrible, dude. Terrible. At paying bills. Yet they're on you when you're 5 minutes late, you know.
Like, you think that they could just set up their account where it just gets taken out every month?
Yep, one thing. That's what I do. It's not rocket science. No.
So you guys might not be staying there much longer, or what?
I don't know.
You think they would just buy you guys a house or rent a house or
You
something?
know, that's what I
You know,
thought about. Wait, why don't they just buy us a little house here somewhere?
You think
Right.
it'd be cheaper for the hospital just to buy a house outright, because it's not only that, but they could recoup some of their money back over the, you know, when they go, if they ever decide they don't need it no more and sell it, they actually have a, you know, an investment in something versus just
Yeah.
paying rent to an apartment every month.
They're paying over $1,000 a month on rent here.
Yeah, you could go, I mean, they could go out and buy a nice 4-bedroom house for that price.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Like I said, it gives them something that they could turn around. Because, if they get 10 years out of that house has done paid for itself for the amount of people
That's what
staying
goes
in it.
up. You get equity and, yeah, I don't know. I
Well,
just,
if you were more financially available, you probably could be the landlord and own the house.
yeah,
Yeah, that's the way
They
to
could
do it.
pay you the rent.
Why don't they just be late paying Ron every month?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna hire a pit bull to go get my bills paid. That's
you
one
just-
thing I had in my wedding business is didn't have a hard time. I actually had a couple that said, well, we'll send you a check. Nope. You come for your wedding pictures. And I said, you need to reread your contract until you are paid in full. Nothing is given to you. And never had a problem. 20 years. They want those wedding photos. The only, well, they paid 2/3 of my fees. That's the wedding that the bride walked off. And they never came to me to get what pictures I took. I mean, I only photographed up until the start of the ceremony.
Well, why would they want it? They're just
Yeah.
gonna pay you extra money for something
Yep.
that they don't want anyway, so I wouldn't have came back either.
Yep, but 2/3 of their bill was paid up front. And yeah, I still remember going to that dad when that bride revealed that, the groom, where the maid of honor was apparently hitting the groom. Yeah, her dad was a big dude. He was a big boy. He just like huge. And he was up there pacing, going, "You did what to my daughter?"
So you got to watch all this go down live?
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, wow.
I'm
So
sitting in the back of the church going, "Holy shit, I've never seen this before."
So it just happened like,
that would probably be video gold if you were to sell that outright
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
like the Jerry Springer show or something.
so what happened? Like they were about to start the ceremony and somebody
Yeah,
told on somebody?
Yeah, I always went to the bride's house. I always start out the bride's house, do the bride, the bridesmaids, bride and her parents,
Getting
and
ready, yeah.
getting ready. And then I go to the church and I meet up with the groom and the groomsmen, kind of the same thing with them. And right at the start of the ceremony, when they started to exchange the vows, the bride, I knew something was weird about her. I mean, she was really bitchy and very nervous. And I'm like, okay, I've seen this before. So it didn't alert me too much. But she stopped the ceremony. She got, she like talked to the hand right up to the minister and said, "Stop right there." And she turned around with the finger at the maid of honor and said, "Guess what? I know about you. Said you had him last night, so you can have him again today."
Oh,
And
wow.
Oh yeah. She had this long ass train, dress train, and she scooped it up and she turned around. She goes, "I'm really sorry, everybody. There's supposed to be a big party after all this." She goes, "I won't be there, but have a good time." And she goes charging ass back the aisle. Well, back at the time, I had this monster tripod, and I don't know, Justin, if you ever saw the medium format cameras, those things are huge. And I am scrambling to get all, because I had all
Get
my
out of
stuff.
the way.
Yeah, to get the hell out of the way. And well, then mom come racing back after her. And then I stood there, I know, a good 5 minutes going, what in the hell do I do at this point? So I very meekly, and the groom, he's standing there, he knew he was busted. And the dad, like I said, he's walking around and he's going like this and he's gripping his hands. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna take my paramedic or my photographer hat off and put my paramedic hat on because somebody's about to get injured. He was mad.
Oh, I can
And-
imagine.
So I didn't know what else to do. So I very quietly walked up and I said, Mr. So-and-so, I forget what their name was, but I said, can I assume that I should leave? You no longer need my services. And he turned around. The look in his eye scared the shit out of me. He says, goodbye. Okay, well, all I need to hear. See you, I'm out of here.
I would have stuck around until the end of that. I would have had to see the very last conclusion
Very
of
last
that.
conclusion.
Okay, well,
I'd have been taking my
Okay,
time packing up.
Hey, Dominic.
See you, Dom.
good
All
night,
right,
all.
later, Dominic.
Yeah, but
Bye.
that I never heard from them ever again. I never developed the film. I didn't waste the money. Back then, I was still shooting film, but I never. I'm like, I am gonna hold off.
I
spending
don't
the
know
money.
if that film would be wasted money.
I mean, it just, it looked like normal. I stopped taking pictures when she turned around and said, got in the maid of honor. The maid of honor was freaking hot though. Man, smoking. But apparently she hired a private, if I was her dad, I would have beat her little ass because she had known about it for, I guess, 2 or 3 months. And she finally hired some kind of private detective, whatever, and had
So
them
she
follow
was
around.
spending money after her dad spent good money on a wedding that she knew wasn't gonna happen.
Yep.
Yeah,
No
but she
wonder he was
wanted.
pissed.
Yeah, but she wanted to embarrass the hell out of him, is what it
Oh,
was.
she did. But
That was her.
a lot of deposits are non-refundable, including mine. It was written in my contract. Deposits are not refundable. And, especially when you start paying for like catering and, that stuff, so her dad forked out all that money that he wasn't going to get back. And yeah,
Wow.
but she wasn't a bad looking girl, but I gotta admit her maid of honor was pretty hot.
I would have had to have took my sweet time packing up. And then I sitting there wiping the lenses down, looking at the
Yeah.
camera cover. Yeah, it looks about right.
Well, if it had been video, I'll bet you Ron would have kept rolling.
Oh, I wish I would have did that. Yeah, that would have been the perfect
I would
time.
have saved that. I would have been showing that to you guys.
I'd have
But it
loved
was
to have seen
nothing more
that.
than normal pictures, of a wedding. And yeah, I still have it in the box. I don't know if that film could be developed. It's probably gone bad.
Oh,
by-
that'd be fun just to find out.
yeah. But yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, I don't know if that groom ever walked out of there on 2 legs or not. Like I said, her dad, he's a big dude, nice guy, but just his upper body was huge, big arms on him. I'm like, he's just one of those guys you'd never want him to get a hold of you in a bad way. He'd like crush you. I'm like, man, you pissed off the wrong father. I'm sitting there thinking you pissed off the wrong father. Oh my
I
God.
bet the maid of honor and the groomers' faces were white at that time, huh?
Yeah. Apparently, right after the rehearsal dinner, the night before the wedding, they got together again. And the private detective caught him. Yeah.
Wow. That's
Like he
crazy.
died.
People are something else. Anyway, I think I'm gonna close it down, guys.
All right, go have that yard sale.
Okay,
See y'all later.
we'll talk to you later.
You guys.
Bye, Ron. Take care. Have a good day.
All right.